Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thanks everyone for watching as always. Solo today, the Spin Doc having a lavish time on a cruise, coming back here soon. So we'll see him most likely next week. Connor Mack might be joining us as well today. Little fill-in role, little pinch hit role, but he's at the Westgate. So we'll see how good his internet connection is today, excuse me. But we press on today with another edition of Say Hey Plays. I'll be breaking down the entire card with you guys. Need, of course, help from the entire chat. As always, put your best looks in there and let's see if we can get some papier, as Jimmy would say today. We've got 4 plays today. I think I'm going to make official. We'll talk about each one as we get there and as we get there on our breakdowns. So again, shout out to you guys and let's get right into it. First game on our card is the anti-Yankee pick of the day for our guy not applicable, saying Cleveland money line. I'm sure that's a bit of a joke, but shout out to you, my man. Thanks for watching. Cleveland Guardians versus the Yankees here. Playoff rematch. We all remember Yankees pulling that off. Domingo Germán versus the ace Shane Bieber on the bump. Shane Bieber, first 2 starts of the season, 6 innings, 6 hits, no one runs, 3 Ks to start his season at Seattle, and then he bounced, well, I wouldn't say bounced back, but his second start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, shockingly enough, 7 Ks, 1 walk at Oakland. First start at home for Shane Bieber this year. We'll be interested to see. I'll remind everyone of the postseason performance he had against the Yankees. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 7 Ks, 3 walks in game 2 of the ALDS. So Shane Bieber, obviously some familiarity. Not the best. Not the best. I got to drink some water apparently, guys. There we go. Hopefully that fixes it. But not the best record. Domingo Germán, a pitcher that I would never trust. I don't trust. 4 innings, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs last time against Philly. Easy pass game for me to start the card. But wanted to break it down in case anyone else has anything on there, like Bo Jackson's got Beaver Fever. 5+ Ks there for Joe Bieber. Shane Bieber there. Shout out to you, Bo. Third are the Yankees against righties so far this season, 131 weighted runs created plus, while the Guardians are 25th, 79 weighted runs created plus, even though their offense feels like it's been humming. So shout out to them. Let's keep it rolling here. Ricky Bobby, is Donnie Rightside going to be on the show this year? Yes, he is. Hopefully, we'll be getting Donnie on this year. As you guys know, we've got a rotation every day, mostly. Sundays is a free spot, so I'll try to get Donnie on Sunday, see if his schedule works out. So, yes, Donnie will be with us this year. And shout out to Mike M joining us. He's got big Guardian spot tonight, 34-0 trend for Mikey M. Shout out to the Pimp Slap play of the day. Next game, Baltimore Orioles hosting the Oakland A's, 2 teams that at least I am perennially thinking about them as bottom fingers, but the Orioles are here to play now. Kyle Gibson, 2 okay starts to start his year, 2-0 so far, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk at Boston, and then he followed that up with a revenge start, Rebenga at Texas, I should say. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 home runs, 5 Ks, no walks there. So, impressed there, but I still don't really trust him. He opened last year against Oakland and dominated them as well. 7 innings, 2 hits, 10 Ks, but is that Oakland? I don't know. I'm also interested to see how J.P. Sears does against this Baltimore lineup. A Baltimore lineup he's seen before as a former Yankee and pitched pretty well against them. I'm so surprised to see the stats. 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs in his first time in New York, and then at Baltimore, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. So I was pretty surprised. I lean kind of towards the Baltimore team total over, as you guys know, but that's not an official play for me today here. It was at 4.5 minus 115. Would rather have a 4, so I'll probably stay off here, but definitely would look that way. Baltimore right now against lefties, 3rd in the majors, 151 weighted runs created plus, only 89 plate appearances thus far, so kind of a small sample size, but Baltimore smashing while they sucked last year, 23rd, 90th weighted runs created plus. So keep an eye on that. I'm passing on this game, but it'll be interesting to watch. Again, thank you guys all for watching the program. As always, shout out to you, Top Set, Regis Austin on O's -1.5. Professor Chris likes little winks minus or plus 132 there. Shout out to you, my guy. Rocco Rogers on that Baltimore team till over, getting a much better price than I am. So shout out to you there. Let's keep it rolling. Professor Chris, Rocco, not applicable. Top Set, Regis. All you guys, thank you. Let's keep it moving. Astros versus the Pirates. A good series here because this is a surging Pirates team who obviously took a big hit by via the loss of O'Neal Cruz, fractured ankle, fibula, out for the year, unfortunately, out for 4 months. So I'm saying out for the year. Framber Valdez on the other side, 0-1 to start his season. He had a good start to start his year at the Chicago White Sox, but went 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned at Detroit. I looked at his home road splits because both of those first 2 starts were at home in the friendly confines of Minute Maid Park. He had a much better road ERA last year, 2.27 road ERA here. While I'm going to see what he does here against the Pirates, who have been hot, but obviously coming off that injury will hurt them a bit. Roansy Contreras for the Pirates, 5 innings, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the Red Sox. I was impressed by him. Maybe it was because there's just a lack of pitching for the Dominican Republic as well, but he was one of the starters for the DR in the WBC. So I was thoroughly impressed with Roansy. I think he might be making that jump to being a very good I wouldn't say very good, but just a good starter in the majors. Maybe he'll take another start to being elite to very good. I'll be interested to see here. I looked at the first 5 under immediately, but I passed there. I just, it was one of those things where I have not been betting first 5 unders since the first 2 days of getting crushed on them. And ultimately, that's probably what I'm end up doing. Just keep on passing on first 5 unders. I wrote it down, though. It was a first 5 under. Let me see here. Oh, I didn't even write it down. So I guess I wasn't that interested. So, yeah, pass game for me. I think that Jerry Young, you're right on it. Ground ball pitchers can suffer from no shift. Maybe Framber is doing that or suffering from that, but we'll see how it goes. I want us to watch this game, and especially because that offense in Houston's struggling. So I think Roansy can get it done and pitch well against them. Saturated asking about Roansy over 4.5 Ks there. I will look real quick because I got my splits obviously up here. Roansy is a righty, and you can just do a quick search and see what their K percentages are against righties here. Houston actually striking out the third most against righties so far this year. In 318 plate appearances, striking out at 27% of the time. Only Miami at 27.9 and Philadelphia at 28.1 are ahead of that. So I don't hate that at all. Might be a sneaky look there. Like we said 100 times, especially because the Astros bottom half of the lineup is just not clicking. So shout out to you there, Saturated. And apparently JPZ has been day drinking again. Shout out to you, JPZ, because you're saying the Red Sox get smashed. I hope not. And speaking of those aforementioned Red Sox, let's talk about them against the juggernaut Tampa Bay Rays. We're getting Jalen Beeks opening for who I assume will be Josh Fleming coming right after him. I never know what to do with the Rays on these bullpen days. But the Red Sox are going to face a lot of lefties here in the next coming days. And I think that they can get to this one, especially both of these guys, being lefties. They don't really have to switch up the lineup. Right now against lefties, they're 4th, 149 weighted runs created plus and only 103 at bats. But I'll take that. The Red Sox offense has been smoking lefties, as you guys can see. Maybe a team total overlook is what I was first initially looking towards. But I'll say this, guys. You guys know this. I've been making the Red Sox bets every day as my homer play of the day. And I looked at Bet Online and team total over 3.5 at -125. I think that's what's going to have to be my homer play of the day, and a homer play of the day that I'll be making official here as well. So I'm going to be on the Red Sox here to score some runs. They obviously lose Duvall. broken wrist, essentially, out for a couple of weeks, which depressing, sure. But their proficiency against lefties right now is helpful. I think they can get the job done. And though I don't think they might not win the game, I think they can score some runs. So it'll be a pass here for me. Otherwise, I'm not taking a side, just taking the team total and total wise full game. I'm probably not going to go there. Not applicable saying Tampa due to lose one. I agree with you. If they win this game, this would be the tied for one of the best starts in baseball history. So I can't trust Nick Pivetta at the end of the day. So that's why I stayed off, but I will definitely be watching this game closely. All right. And again, throw your picks in the chat. As always, guys, I always want to see what you guys are on because we're working together here to beat the books. We appreciate everyone for watching. As always, hit the like button while you guys are here. Miami Marlins versus the Philadelphia Phillies. We are getting a Sandy Alcantara start away from home here. First one on the road. Home road splits last year were interesting for Sandy. A 1.64 home ERA compared to a 3.01 away ERA. You'd always take a 3 ERA, but he's a little more susceptible, it seems, is Sandy Alcantara on the road. I'm not going to bet against him here. I learned my lesson last time. His last start against the Minnesota Twins, 9 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk. The first complete game of the year from any pitcher. That's kind of what he does. And, you know, my reasoning backing or going against him the other day was like, you don't think he'll go the full game, right? We'll get someone else other than Sandy. And that's just not the case. So he's prepared to go this full 9 innings. I won't be betting against him here. Matt Strahm, a very interesting case here because obviously Matty Strahm last year was a reliever for the Red Sox, and this offseason someone told him that he should be a starter. He listened to that person, and I thought I was crazy. But last time out for Matt Strahm in his first start, he went 4 innings of 1 hit ball at the Yankees. So I guess I can't call him crazy. We'll keep seeing how he does here. But I passed here at the end of the day. It was pretty shocking to see. And if I'm making any kind of bet here, it's absolutely going to be on the Phillies. My Sandy Alcantara's history against the Phillies last year went back to end the year. Well, I should say not to end the year, but late in the year against the Phillies. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 innings, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Another start, he went 7 2/3, went 8 hits, 4 earned runs. Another start, 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. Another start, 7 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs there. I just think he's automatic 2 earned runs apparently from Sandy against the Phillies. And I just don't want to back. I don't want to back Matt Strahm. Maybe you look towards a Phillies team total overlook, which I'm going to go look at right now, just to curiously see if we can see like a 3.5 or something like that. 3.5 minus 105. That's interesting. That is that's interesting to say the least. I probably pass here. But I just have an interesting or a sneaky suspicion that the Phillies are live here. And I'll be interested to watch the game. They're 12th against righties this year, 101 weighted runs created plus. So offense not humming particularly, but it's not been awful. So I'll be watching. I'll be interested to see. And I'll say this: the small sample size continues for the Marlins against lefties. 147 weighted runs created plus against lefties. Matt Strahm, obviously a lefty, and only 38 plate appearances though. So I think that number will drop. So lean towards the Phillies. Not going to make them official, but I will probably pass. Archie asking about the first 5 under 4.5. Like I mentioned, first 5 unders have just not been my forte so far this year. But if anything, I'd lean over. First 5 over here. Just because I think Sandy can give up some runs, and Matt Strahm, who knows what we get from his reliever turned starter kind of conquest. So I'll be interested. I'm not going to bet against Sandy here. I learned my lesson, but it'll be interesting. Shout out to you, Mark's review as well. Let's keep it moving here into a very good game here. Probably maybe the matchup of the night. I know my guy Dabby Cab will be watching it. New York Mets versus the San Diego Padres. Yu Darvish, Max Scherzer here. And I'm going to ride with my guy Dabby. I watched him cash plenty of times on Yu Darvish all last year. and I decided to join him last start, his first start, cash it pretty easy, first five for us against the Diamondbacks, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run there for him. Pitched twice against the Mets last year, shut them out. One, 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, and then another one, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. I am a little worried about a Sunday Night Baseball hangover, especially from the winning team that dominates so handily. Has to go from Atlanta to New York, so not that big of a flight. But after doing all your shit and all that, I am a little concerned. And Max Scherzer has not pitched well. We all know that. So shout out to Jimmy, who's been fading him in one way or another his first couple of starts. First start against Miami, gives up 3 earned runs against not a good squad. And then he followed that up against a Milwaukee Brewers team at Milwaukee, a home run, or I say hitter-friendly park, tends towards home runs. Gave up 3 of those things, 5 earned runs in 5 1/3 innings pitched against the Milwaukee Brewers. I think he's susceptible again here today, guys. So I'm doubling up here on the San Diego Padres. I'm taking the Padres first 5 money line there. I believe first 5 money lines plus 110. And I'm also going to take a first 5 team total over 1.5. Was pretty surprised I could get the 1.5 here. Obviously makes sense because of the total, but I'm taking the 1.5 at minus 110. So not paying much vig there. Think that Scherzer can give up 2. Still have a pretty good start. And obviously, I've got a lineup full of studs that have seen him before. So give me the Padres here, first 5. Don't know about the full game, but it'll be very, very interesting to see at the very least. All right, so let's keep it rocking and rolling, guys, because we've had a good pace here so far. Obviously, again, we thank everyone watching the show, even when it's just me solo. This is a nice, quick breakdown of a nice full slate. So hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you guys can know when we're on every day. All right, let's move forward here. And not applicable, I'm agreeing with you. Max is not the guy he used to be. So let's hope he is not here again today. Cincinnati, Atlanta Braves here. Bryce Elder making his second start of the season after a dominating first start. Did not expect that from Bryce Elder. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs against the St. Louis Cardinals. But Dylan Dodd got me right in the mouth hole last night, or I should say the prison pocket. Just got crushed against the Padres when I thought he could be a guy. Pretty disappointing. What did we see the same thing from Bryce Elder here? I don't think so. Obviously, it's one thing to face the Padres, one thing to face the Reds. But I'm not going to back him here. I need to see it more. And it was a little bit of blind faith in Dylan Dodd last night. I'm not going to do that again with these guys right now. And I like Graham Ashcraft. He's not a bad pitcher. He's absolutely not a horrible pitcher. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run against the Pirates last time out. No starts against the Braves. So I don't have a good indication of what he'll give me. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was a decently pitched game by both sides here. And we lead towards a first 5 under there. But I've got nothing on this game here either, unfortunately. We keep it moving, and definitely put your plays in the chat if you do have them, because just because I don't have a play doesn't mean it's not bettable in some form or fashion. If you guys like it, throw it in there. Myron Kidd joining us, mentioning a little Max left on base percentage, around 60% against righties. Interesting to expect him to get tagged by the righties from the San Diego Padres there. Joseph Jimenez on Baltimore run line, and Justin Deepbrower, whatever you are, appreciate you, my guy. Don't rock and roll too much, Jose. Hey, I'm trying, my man. I'm trying. I don't know how to say your name, but the rock and roll lives through me. You know me, big music guy. Next game on our slate, let's talk about the Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs. Drew Smyly coming off getting shelled by the aforementioned Cincinnati Reds. 4 2/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, a home run allowed there. I thought he would be better. Just plain out, thought he would be better. I think he'll probably pitch better today. But this was another easy pass game for me. A first 5 under lean again here, because Luis Castillo is filthy and he's seen the Cubs plenty of times before, pitched in Wrigley plenty of times before. from his Reds days. Pitched against them twice last year while he was on the Reds. 5 innings, 2 earned runs there. 6 innings, no earned runs, 11 Ks. Thinks he can dominate. He has pitched well first 2 starts, not giving up any earned runs. So this was just another easy first 5 under lean for me here. I absolutely have to take a look at the weather, especially the wind, of course, when we're in Wrigley. And it's 7 miles an hour, but it's kind of blowing out to left field. So it's not one of those like straight out kind of things. Will it affect these pitchers? Maybe, but I think it's under lean towards the under here, but I couldn't get there to the window for me, unfortunately. So another lean to the under. Drew Smiley, I think you'll pitch better, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll see how it goes. Shout out to Lucas Ryan as well. Appreciate you, my guy. And Nasty Nate, he said Cabs on first 5 -0.5. For the Mariners, I assume, Nasty Nate, I wouldn't be surprised at all here. Would not be surprised at all. Not applicable, liking Seattle money line. Professor Chris on the other side saying his model shows that the Cubs are a little undervalued here. Has his model has them at plus 113 there. So very interesting. Maybe the Cubs on the road. I like the Cubs. You guys know that. I think they're a sneaky playoff team. But I don't know how well they'll do here today. And Cab also likes Seattle, like Nate's saying. He said Seattle -0.5 there. Let me see what kind of price he's getting for that, because obviously Luis Castillo is always going to be a back pitcher, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was a guy that he was backing throughout the year, just like he does Yu Darvish. So first 5 for me here. If you're going to bet him, I will keep pressing on, and I like that under look there from you guys as well. Top set, team total under for the Cubs. I like that look. All right, next game, Royals Rangers. As we keep pressing on a Monday, we appreciate you guys watching. The Royals going up against the Rangers here with Zach Greinke versus Andrew Heaney, and not the sexiest of pitching matchups I've ever seen. Andrew Heaney, coming off the Dodgers days last year, was kind of the talk of the town. Everyone kind of figured out like, oh, this guy might be good. Guy might have something in here. But now that he's on the Rangers, it feels like he doesn't have those same resources, the same coaches. I don't know. It just seems like he's not going to be the same guy. And he showed it last time versus Baltimore at home. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 home runs allowed there. I know the Baltimore Orioles are a good hitting squad. We all know this. So I'm not going to be backing him here. I think Heendog could come through here and pitch a little better, but I need to see it, obviously. I want him to prove it for me before I go out and back him with my financial funds here. And Zach Greinke, well, the funny thing about Zach Greinke here is his home road splits are ridiculous. Probably the most dramatic home road splits of any player in baseball. Home ERA, 1.91 ERA. Maybe that's just like him being more comfortable there. Kauffman Stadium being a pitcher-friendly park, sure. Dominated his first 2 starts at home this year. Minnesota Twins last time out, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs. Toronto to start the season, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run. So just good work there. But on the road, he's got a 5.32 ERA. So I'm off this game. I don't want to back Heaney. I obviously, if I'm going to back the Rangers here, I take a team total over here. And I don't want to back the Royals with Zach Greinke on the road, as you guys can tell there. So a Rangers team total or pass for me there. Quickly, my last note, 18th are the Royals are against lefties, 95 weighted runs created plus and 70 plate appearances, while the Rangers are 15th, right in the middle there, 96 weighted runs created plus, so a little below average. So that all leads me to passing there. As my father would say, it's not all correlating. Need it all to correlate, need all the things to line up there as well. Rangers first 5 -0.5 for Rocco Rogers. Top set saying he took the Rangers last night at -154. Saw him at -154 and bet him immediately. So he's got them all the way. They are all the way up to -170. Now shout out to you there as well. And Rocco saying a little first 5 -0.5, -115, and Garcia over 1.5. I assume bases at +105. Lucas asking about a team total over 4.5 -120 look there for, I assume, the Rangers. Yeah, I actually would. You know, the 4.5 obviously makes it a little more dicey more concerning on that aspect. But I think he can pitch, or I think he can. I think these Rangers can get to them there. Sorry, I had to throw something at my dog so she could stop freaking out there. But I believe in the Rangers bats here to get a little bit off of Zach Greinke, and the Royals offense, or sorry, the Royals bullpen um, doesn't inspire confidence is what I was trying to think for the words there. So shout out to you guys there. And I agree. I hate my locals lines there too. Shout out to you, Justin, as well for dropping in. Let's move on. Brisk pace show. We appreciate it. Cardinals, Brewers, Steven Matz versus Herman Marquez. And Steven Matz being a minus 145 in Colorado is shocking to me. Obviously, that's more of a function of their bats, I guess, than Steven Matz. Steven Matz in Colorado made a couple starts, none since 2019. 0-2 with a 9 ERA. 0-2 with a 9 ERA, just not good. Against the Rockies in general, 7 ERA. So I was like, well, I can't back the Cardinals here. Maybe a Rockies team total, but we all know how fucked team totals are and Coors. They're always just up, up, and up, and up, and up. So again, this is just another pass for me, unfortunately. I hate having all these passes on my card, but it just was not lining up. And yes, I did throw a pen at her. Needed her to relax a little bit, not applicable. But it's just tough, And I will say Herman Marquez did pitch well against the Cardinals last year. So maybe if you want to back the Rockies here, maybe if your ball's enough, you can take them first 5. Pitched against them twice in a back-to-back. Like I mentioned, 3 and 2 earned runs in both times. I think Match just gets touched up here. So I passed, lean towards the Rockies at this price. Shout out to Andrew G. Well, thanks for watching, but I couldn't get there. at the end of the day. So again, pass there. Now let's celebrate the day that everyone loves to celebrate in the baseball betting community. It's Patrick Corbin Day, everyone. Celebrate this. Put your hands up. Enjoy it. The books are trying to make this more difficult to fade Patrick Corbin. Angels team total believes that like a 6 right now. It's kind of absurd. The Angels are the best hitting squad against lefties right now as well in the early season. 163 weighted runs created plus in 75 plate appearances. But yeah, it's just obviously fade Patrick Corbin until the cows come home, I guess. I was kind of dubious about it to start the season because maybe he'd come out a little fresh and ready to go. But no, he's stunk. 3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. 2 of them earned against Tampa Bay. Against the Braves. And then against Tampa Bay in his next start, 6 innings, 10 hits, 6 earned runs. He's just an innings eater. He's just there to just eat innings for the Nationals. Team total over 6 is at minus 105, 5.5 at minus 105. No thanks. So I opted first 5 team total over 3.5. Not my favorite line there. I usually never take 3.5 team totals in the first 5, but I'll jump on the bandwagon of fading Patrick Corbin there. That 3.5 at minus 105 there as well. And if you're looking at the other side, Jose Suarez, another pitcher that's just not good. The Nationals are hitting lefties, shockingly enough. I assume these numbers will go down, but they're hitting them right now. 116 weighted runs created plus, and 185 plate appearances too. So it's a decent number. So I don't believe Jose Suarez will get out of this game unscathed either. So I'll lean towards the over, but it's 10. So, and only time I want to bet 10s if I'm in Coors Field. So I'm passing there, but I am going to make official that team total over 3.5 in the first 5 innings, minus 105 there. So there we go. And by the way, let's move and let's look at all the props and everything that's being put in the chat right now. It's going to be fun. Rocco Rogers saying he's loaded up on Angels team total over 5.5, minus 115. Shout out to you there. Nicholas Jabinski, nice to see you again. He's fading the Cardinals. No Molina means big problems. Shout out to you, my guy there. And yes, Andrew G, the tax is heavy. Rocco just going to fill up on all those total base props from these guys. Renfroe over total bases. Trout hit. Ohtani hit. Renfroe hit. And Lucas Ryan right is the same time there. Renfroe bases. Ohtani bases. Trout bases. It's just fade. But like I said, I'm on that 3.5 and it'll be interesting to see if all of our days get collectively ruined here by Patrick Corbin pulling out a good start out of his ass. Bookie special here. Watch out for top set. For watch out is top set saying, and saturated saying, do I hate a first five over 5.5? No, I don't. If I had to take a first five over in any game today, it would absolutely be this one. Just both pitchers susceptible. Jose Suarez coming off of a 4 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned run performance. So I wouldn't hate that at all, Century. Shout to you, my guy there. All right, we've got 2 more games on our slate. We appreciate you guys for watching a quicker version of Say Hey Plays today, breaking down the full card. We'll be back to normal as always with Bobano coming on tomorrow, but we press on today with a little Milwaukee Brewers Diamondbacks action. An interesting matchup here. Zach Gallen, who we all have fond memories of backing last year, but it seems like he's just not the same guy this year so far. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs against the Dodgers to open up his season. Followed that up with a tough start, obviously, at the Padres. When you face your 2 division rivals and your 2 top players in the division and the maybe two best teams in baseball, it's tough. But 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. This will be a very good test for Zach Gallen here. I understand the Brewers are a very good hitting squad right now. They're 6th against righties, 124 weighted runs created plus. But if Zach Gallen's the same guy he was last year, he would do his thing here. I just don't think he is. I'd much rather be on the Brewers side here. Wade Miley just scares me. The Swamp Monster's kind of been in and out last 2 years. Pitched really well against the Mets, which was shocking enough. But I just don't think the Mets are as good of an offensive team as everyone thinks right now. 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks for the Swamp Monster. Prove it to me again here against the Diamondbacks team that's been upshoot recently. 113 weighted runs created plus against lefties. That's 12th in the league and 119 plate appearances. So that's pretty good. So I'll lean towards an over here perhaps as well. But this was just another easy pass for me here as well. Did we go over cards today? Rocco, we did. We went over the cards earlier against the Rockies. I'm not betting this. I lean over, but that's what I would do for there. Again, shout out to everyone watching. AOD, not applicable, leaning towards the Brew Crew. Joseph Jimenez is on the Orioles big. I like that. And by the way, Top Set mentioned that his local is on the Nats today. So that's always nice to know as well. So shout out to you, my guy, Top Set. Top Set, by the way, I think I'll be in Miami in September, October range. So if I am, I'll let you know. Hit me up. So I have an avenue to hit you up. Because I was there recently and I was like, I need to hit my guy up, Top Set. But I had no way to contact you. So last game on our slate, a fun one. The rivalry that is considered second, third best in baseball. Dodgers-Giants. We have a lot of Dodgers-Giants guys in the company and in the chat. And it's a good pitching matchup. Ace is a wild here. Julio Urias versus Logan Webb. Logan Webb's 0-2 record, a little deceiving. 2 road starts, tough. 2 tough opponents. Started off against the White Sox. Against the White Sox, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks. Not a bad start, but not a good one, obviously, for his standards because he's been amazing recently. And against the Yankees at the Yankee Stadium, 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs off 2 home runs, 12 Ks, 2 walks there. Kind of a classic Yankee Stadium line there. But I will say this, Webb has struggled against the Dodgers. I looked up his starts last against the Dodgers to see, I was interested because obviously there would be a lot of familiarity here, and it's just been bad. I thought he would have a better track record against the Dodgers. Just bad. 4 starts against them, 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 6 earned runs, and his first start against them last year was 6 innings, 1 earned run. So I was pretty shocked by that. And Julio Urias on the other side has been pitching well. A guy I did not think would be as good as he has been coming into the season. His WCBC form kind of worried me, but he's come out here, hasn't worried even a little bit. Against the Diamondbacks at the start of his season, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, light work there. Against the Rockies after 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs. So If anything, I'm taking the Dodgers here first five. Maybe you can get them at a decent price. Let me double check and see here because I think Logan Webb is a good pitcher. It's just, it's kind of a tough start to the season with some opponents. Being on the road doesn't help. You can get Dodgers first five minus a half here at minus 105. And I definitely don't hate that. And if I had another person to maybe bounce that off of, maybe I could make that official here. But as of right now, I'm staying off. I want to know what you guys say in the chat as well. So I will be very interested to see how that game goes as well. It's not applicable saying the Dodgers hate spiders. I mean, I do too, so I don't blame them. A little bit. JPZ on Urias 5Ks, Freeman hits, and Dodgers money line there. G Martinez mentioning that Urias is good. Yeah, I agree. I agree here. Dodgers smash from both Rocco and Mr. JPZ, and he likes a little over 5.5, 132. Over 5.5K is minus 132 there for Mr. Rocco Rogers. Beautiful note there. Paco Healy likes that first five minus a half. Justin McIvy likes that Dodgers first five. Rocco said he's on Dodgers first five, and he's going to take Freeman in some form. You know what, guys? I'll join everyone then. That will be the addition of the day. And this will be a fun one because it's a good rivalry game, and we know how it makes a lot of people feel on the West Coast. All right, so let's recap our plays here, and I will tell you guys officially what I'm on here in a second. But shout out to LJ, by the way. LJ shirt I'm wearing, gave it to everyone during Publipalooza. So shout out to you, my guy LJ. Appreciate the shirt, and thanks for all the work that you do on the pub. Appreciate you, my guy. But yes, let's recap our plays and let's get out of here. It's been a fun episode of Say Hey Plays. We appreciate everyone, as always, for watching. Hit the like button. We sit at right now 27, 28, and 6, down 1.47 units on the year. We'll keep going back and forth, but we'll keep battling nonetheless. San Diego Padres double up here to start the card. First five money line plus 110. First five team total over 1.5 at minus 110. The homer play of the day. Boston team total over 3.5 minus 125. Official on the card. Angels first five team total over 3.5 at minus 105. Hilarious that Josh Fleming and Jalen Beeks in the first 5 innings can get the same number that Patrick Corbin can get as well there. So that is funny. You can get a full game of that for a first 5 of Patrick Corbin. That just makes me laugh. And officially, my addition on the card, shout to the chat, Dodgers first 5 minus a half, minus 105. Chat sponsored play. So I cannot wait. It's going to be fun. And, there's just good stats coming off of that to make me feel better about it. JPZ mentioning Freeman's success against Logan's Webb. It's going to be fun. Yes, we went over Cards Rockies. Rocco is quick. I'm sorry, but it was a pass game for me just because Steven Matz 0 for 2 with a 9 ERA at Coors Field. Is it 0 for 3? I guess I don't remember exactly, but he has a 7 ERA against the Rockies as a team. So I passed, and with German Marquez pitching pretty decently against the Cardinals, I leaned that way, but I had nothing official there. So there you go, my guy. Rocco Rogers, whatever you want to call him. It's going to be fun. And shout out to Joe Ortner, Paco, Abele, not applicable, Rants, Professor Chris, G Martinez. Everyone, thank you guys for watching as always. 122 people on a Monday. Great time as always. Hit the like button. We always appreciate it. Helps me have a job. It helps me stay employed. And it helps me feed my children. So obviously, guys. So hit the like button to keep my children fed. We appreciate it. Cubano Connect joining us, leaning Granky over 3Ks, Orioles, and St. Louis there. My man, thank you so much for dropping your plays in here. I'll recap mine one more time before we get out of here. Padres double up. I'm on both of those teams, actually, which is funny. Padres double up. First 5 money line, team total over 1.5. Homer play of the day, Red Sox team total over 3.5. You guys know what to do when I bet the Red Sox. Angels first 5 team total over 3.5, fading Patrick Corbin. and the Dodgers first 5 -0.5 in the first 5 innings. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. It's a fun episode when I can do them by myself. We kind of buzz through the card pretty quickly, maximum chat interaction. So we appreciate it. We need you guys in the chat putting in your plays. Helps the show, helps me, makes this work worth doing. So thank you guys very much. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central, with special guests joining me every Tuesday as he usually does. Bo Bano joining me. So it'll be a whole lot of fun in his variety of plays, player props, and all that good stuff. So again, don't forget to say hey on social media, guys, at Jose Bouquett. Follow me. All my plays will be posted there, and it'll be a whole lot of fun because I have ridiculous commentary as well. Thanks, everyone. Say hey, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.